Hi guys! Welcome to the Ellen Show! Happy to be here today. Oh, what a life, right? Today we're going to talk about patience is a virtue. What's going on out there? Does anybody know? It doesn't matter, right? It's all magic. Do you have the hand that beats the house? Or at least the Joker. Light up your coconut, light up your coconut. 99 cents at a hardware store. Beautiful music makes you want to say something insightful. Do you know what time it is? Are you ready? Times are the same, but different. It's nothing new under the sun. Light up your brothers and sisters. Light up the world. It needs you more than ever before. This is your generation. This is your task. Right? Light up your country. Light up your countrymen. Love and unity, right? Today. My show is not edited, so it's a one-time thing. There's going to be mistakes, but I like it that way. COVID-19 pandemic. National emergency began on 3/13/2020. Today is January 18, 2021, day 311. The world has experienced tremendous hardship everywhere. And we're going to find a way to come out of this without any scratches, because my show is all about coming out of this situation and many situations without any scratches by using our intellect, our wisdom, our inspiration, our motivation to do good to one another, to feed each other of the greatness of being a human being in the soul. All right, let's got our beautiful music here for a moment. Welcome again to the Ellen Show. This show is about helping one another. Just helping that one person inspire you, motivate you, illustrate you, right? Or at least make you laugh. I'm a salesman by trade. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of those people that, I'm not an expert on anything except for selling. I've been selling over 3 decades, and I know buyers and sellers. I know what people will do to buy something or to sell something, right? I recommend people that when times are confusing and difficult, to please grab a pad. It's like 99 cents, 50 cents, I don't know, and a 10-cent pen or 20, and just write down your thoughts and let your mind decompress, write a poem. Maybe you're a great writer, you don't know it. These are times where we discover new things about us. Let's get busy, 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 as I always say in the Alan Show. We want to think and we want to question certain things. Don't question everything, because what difference does it make? It's just certain things that are important to you, to your family, and to the maximizing of your existence in this wonderful place called Earth. After all, we're just passing by. We have a saying in Espanol that says, no hay mal que dure 100 años, ni enfermo que lo resista. There is no ill that lasts 100 years, or that is a body that can withstand it. So everything will pass. And this is about patience. We'll talk about patience. A lot of times, we ask for things, right? And sometimes we pray for things, right? I'm going to use Romans 8:25. It was at the beginning of the the show, and it says right here, but if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. Whatever we are asking, right? Then we have to wait patiently, because things has to be put, it's not that easy. A lot of people think this is magic. No, nothing works by an act of magic. There's a lot of things that has to be put in place for it to work out for you, because it has to be designed for you. You're the one asking for it, right? So let's talk about one more thing here. Let's bring out Mrs. Clip. She's our librarian. Hi guys, welcome to our show. It's been a difficult year, but we got through it. Now 2021 is a new year, and we gotta get through it too with the best ability to stay together, united, happy, and regardless of what's going on, we want to keep the good spirits. Okay, welcome to my library. Anytime, check out some books, just return them. The word of the day is patience. Patience, a simple word, you hear it all the time. Let's see what patience is about. Patience, right? The word patience, right? According to a dictionary, it talks about the quality of being patient as the bearing of provocation, annoyance, misfortune, or pain. Like, oh, it's hurt. You have to be patient till it goes. Without complaint, right? So we have to be patient without complaint. Loss of temper. You don't want to lose your temper, because you may turn a little tiny problem like this into a ginormous problem, right? Loss of temper, irritation, or the like. So we get angry, and then, So what happens when those emotions rattle you up, right? It can turn a sequence of events that are not to your benefit. So that's why we're going to use our knowledge, we're going to use our patience that comes from knowing, right? Knowing is nothing more than information put together, designed and custom to the things and abilities that can help you get through circumstances, whether it's employment, whether it's ownership, whether it's family, whether it's yourself. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is that you know what time it is and what's going on around you, and that you have the patience, the affirmity, and the certainty that you know what to do in the event of things changing around you. After all, things change no matter what. Change is the only constant of the universe, like movement. Movement is change. Sometimes I tell people, sometimes people live in a place for like 40 years and they say, oh, I'm going to die here. Next thing you know, you have a mudslide. You got to move because our planet, right, is in constant movement. So we're the only ones that think that nothing should change around us, that everything should be firm, solid, like it's in concrete. But even concrete, right, you put it in, and in a few days, you start seeing cracks everywhere. It starts shifting and moving, even if it's a gradual, minute movement, but it's still moving. Why? Because we're in this sphere right here, flat sphere, whatever map, whatever color you want to, but it moves, it's in a constant move. We got earthquakes, we got the ocean waves, right, constantly telling us that we live in a moving world. Not only in a moving world in a physical way, but also in a spiritual and psychological way. Like I say to you, I'm a salesman by trade, and I know that you can go from a rat thinking to an amazing and bright and a transformation to change the situation that you're in just by shifting something here that's got you skidding in the mud, right? Maybe you had a rotten situation, an argument with your wife, kids are not behaving, or anything like that. You can transform it by using tools and techniques that are written and that are available everywhere. Whether it's libraries, YouTube, whatever, you can find the way to a solution if you decide you want an answer to it, right? Right now, we're having this friction in the world, not, there's a lot of transformation, a lot of changes, right? Our brains are fumigated with negativity and a lot of discontent. Excuse me, there's a lot of discontent. People are not happy with their yo-yo. Woo! Get your yo-yo out. Get that child heart, and play something that you really know that you're good at, that you were good at before. Stop being such an adult all the time and get your heart lightened up, Just as simple as this, right? No fear. A child has no fear because it has not been told things that make him scared. So go back to those principles of courage, right? Do not get despair, scared, freaked out, then lose your patience, get angry, get tempers up, and most likely it's the people around you that's going to pay the price, not whoever is you think is doing this. Sometimes they don't even care. It's a secret, right? To stay locally within your benefits, within the things that make it work just for you. Life is a custom tailored situation. Perhaps, like a hat, your hat may not fit my head, right? Because it's custom to your head. So things like that, in that nature, like the suit, the shirt, right? Some people like custom tailored shirts. Well, your life is the same way. Everybody's life does not apply to you, and everybody's problems do not apply to you. But some people, right, in the events of hysteria, because you're losing your patience, and sometimes we get caught in nonsense, right? Nonsense. Yeah, like the environment out there, people talking to each other in a very hostile way. They're not being reasonable to one another. They're actually praying for things that they don't even know how. And thank God that things don't work like instantly, because if they did, then we would all be in real trouble. But thank God things work very slowly, and God has, or the universe, or however you want to call it, has its own way to put things together at its perfect time to teach each one of us the lesson of be careful what we ask for, right? So sometimes we get caught in the frenzies, right? I lived long enough to know how many times by being a little bit smart, I avoided something that when I saw the outcome, I say, I am glad I didn't join that. Whether it's investments, how many people lose money because they hear, and then they go in and say, I'm going in. Or many other things, right? Many losses, right? We lose things when we make mistakes, and we want to avoid that by being patient. Have direct goals that only work for you and your family. Do not get caught in frenzies, because at the end of the day, it's like the tuna. They all get caught in a net, right? Or a whale comes in, and you don't want to be a tuna. You don't want to be a squid. You want to be a individual fish that the ocean is all yours. The world is yours. You can narrow it or you can expand it. Like I said, some people don't move. Well, guess what? Nature moves them. And we call them tragedies, we call them whatever, but that is a reality. Nothing stays fixed. A lot of people say, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy to deal with these things in this time. Well, guess what? It's not an option. You always have to have energy and time to deal with reality, right? Reality is that thing knocking on our door that says, hey, it's time to do something about it in a positive way that will benefit you and your family. You have answers to your questions when you pursue them the right way and with the right illumination. Light up your coconut, right? People talking out there like, oh, they want to see aliens. They want to, well, believe it or not, I'm a very low level type human being. I like to stay within things that I can actually, control, because something like that is way above my head, right? Especially when they program you with those movies and let's say if all that is 10% true, who really wants to steer some stuff out there, right? So the same thing goes for everything else, whether it is something extreme as universal creatures or something as mundane as crime and things like that. You want to be able to solve situations that are within your perimeters that affects you, your family, and you want to protect yourself, be safe, and be alert for all changes. It's not wise to ignore the truth. It's always very wise to be alert and prepared and know the information from the horse's mouth, not from rumors, propagandas, and no, horse's mouth. And guess what? We are living in an era that if you truly want the information that you really need, you can actually access it, and because it's there. A lot of people want to live their life like a mystery. Like, is it? No, it's there. But if you prefer to get confused and go around the world to get to the same place, and who knows what happens, like people who go hunting when there's meat in the right butcher's corner. So it's their prerogative. For one, I'm not, if I have to, I probably would do it, but I'm not, I'm not into that. I'm a salesman. But I don't knock it. It's anybody's lifestyle, right? But like I said, we're living in times of pressure. You are being pressured to react to a situation that a lot of times really doesn't belong to you, or maybe it's not really that directly affected to you, because guess what? You don't have a benefit out of that. Life is about winning, and about winning the right way. I can tell you that in this moment, there is a lot of misinformation where people are being directed in a certain way, and if they're not careful, they get caught in, again, the fishnets, the frenzies, right? You don't want that. You want to make sure, especially if you have children, small children, you want to be a protector of your family by knowing the exact information that is going to help you in the event of changes that are out of your control. You always want to be prepared. And remember this, we've been told to prepare for natural disasters, for all kinds of things. And the information is there. They even tell you what you need, right? So it's up to you if you want to ignore the science, the truth, and the information. At the end of the day, everybody likes to, but that is not wise. We have a tremendous brain size, and we can use it so we can be happy, right? Patience is a virtue, right? The games we play, sometimes we play to hurt one another, right? To give pain to one another, to deny one another from, the joy and the happiness, right? There are a lot of mischievous people out there. They're like those, they don't like to play fair. They don't like to play good, right? So, hey, what can I tell you? You just have to be part of the solution. I'm gonna pause it for 1 second. I'll be right with you. This is not edited, so 1 second. And we're back. um, we always talk about my friend here. Guys. We're getting through this somehow. Don't be a dummy. Don't be a dummy. Let me be the dummy. Let me be the dummy. I'll try everything because I can change pieces right here, here, here. See? Be cool, be patient. Patience is a virtue. See, for me, I have no choice. I'm a dummy. As Mr. Dummy. We know Mr. Dummy does all the things that I'm not going to do because he can get a arm, put back a new one, a head, but I can't. So, excuse me. So let's talk about this for a second. How to deal with a situation you can't control easily. Only take the pieces that matters to you. The rest of it, let it slide. Every day, thousands of things happen while you're sleeping, and you wake up, you don't even know it. So you only gonna matter the things that you get in that little square called screen in front of you, and whatever you punch in there is what's gonna get you rattled up. Remember, patience is about the virtue or the ability to not allow those things to have a reaction that is negative to your own lifestyle, to your own survival. We don't want that, right? We want to live a long life, above and beyond, right? I hear when people say, I live 100 years. Back when I was growing up, in my, I would say by mid 30s, I used to hear people live 100 years. So they lived through World War One, World War Two, and the other craziness. And I say, how did they do it, right? Well, they only cared for one thing. And if it didn't matter to them, it doesn't matter. We don't want to be involved in everything, especially if it's not to our benefit, right? We don't have the powers. One life, one journey, one experience. And let's make it joyful. For our children, for our friends, family, let's inspire each other to be good people, to be kind people, to be forgiving and compassionate, to be hopeful. There's no point of deteriorating ourselves over the cause of the universe. No, we are not the makers of the universe. Let the maker handle all that big picture. We handle the little picture, the one that matters to us, right? I'm not a preacher, psychiatrist, doctor, teacher, whatever. I'm a salesman. But I know when I'm being sold something that I don't need to buy. And for that, you need to pay good attention at that. To make sure you're not buying things, ideas, philosophies that are not to your benefit. After all, when all the things are done and the theater is closed and all the chaos is gone, you left standing by yourself no matter what. You don't want to be that person. Because you don't want to live with regrets, you don't want to live with guilt, remorses, because that's not a fun life to live with. The world is 7.5, maybe 8 billion, I don't know. And it's going through all difficulties. Canada, United States, Mexico, South America, Brazil, look at it. Then you go to Africa, right? Go to Russia, China. Everybody's having difficulties dealing with this whole thing. Because it's so pressure it's all driven by the power of electricity. We wanted electricity, right? There you have it. It's all the changes that we made that make where we are in the situation that we're in. How can we control all that power, all that technology to our benefit? Well, thank God we have an off and on button that we can use, right, to disengage. Remember that after all, it all matters to you. Want to investigate. We're not going to let it up, yeah, to an accident. No, we're going to investigate. Is this really something that matters to me? And when we do, the music gonna play angelic.
Correct.
But that's not what I'm looking for, but this is important. Right? Again, we say things gently to one another, countrymen to countrymen. We are being driven, right? We're not playing with the yo-yo. How hard is it? Look, one hand. Time to use our brains, my friend. Everybody gets a set. Brains are two. 1, 2. Everybody gets a set. Left and right. Use both sides. And don't be a dummy. Don't buy everything they sell you. The world needs you. The country needs you. And that is a real truth. It needs the good men and women that bake, that build roads, that helps, the doctors, the nurses, all the people that are constructive to maximize our existence, our lives, from our lifestyle, second to none. We are America, where all dreams come true, even those that seem impossible. So, in the next few days, get your best you. Get to work, get to reading, and use your intellect to get through the challenges of the moment. So, this is all for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you like, please subscribe or say something. God bless everybody. Thank you. And remember, get through this without any scratches. Be smart.